right back here with Mr. Keith Weldon with Speak Easy Entertainment, part two of our interview. Thank you for joining us right here at Desert Magazine, man. You know, I enjoy our conversation, and I'm so happy for you, bro, because this is a major opportunity, and you're so humble, man. Has it hit you yet that what's happening, man? Is it really soaked in yet?
Hey, that's why I'm wearing the sunglasses, because I'm emotional already, man. I'm serious. Yeah, man. It's a blessing in disguise, you know. I mean, as you know me for years, you know, a lot of times you can meet people and then you see them in a year or two, 3 years max, and they're doing something differently.
Right.
I've always been consistent. This is what I've been doing ever since people in Portland, Oregon has known me.
Yes,
and the next 10 years you see me, it'll be still somewhere in the same realm. Okay. I don't change up, man. I'm just staying consistent. You know, one time in my younger years, I used to bounce around and do this and do that, but then I had to start focusing on my passion. And, you know, some people was non-believers of me. And unfortunately, I happened to meet Lexi Campbell through Trinity Stars, and then she trusted me. She had, I mean, it was one of those kind of things that I'll trust you until you know, make me feel differently.
Right.
And then she saw that I was really about my business. I was very respectful, and I'm really about helping and building and being a part of that creation. And that's what I did. And now others are looking out and they see her popularity. So now once people who wouldn't speak to me are now sending me messages and emails and those kind of things. And I'm not going to hate on that, because sometimes I look at it like this in life. A lot of times we can take things personal and we can be like, oh, you never used to talk to me then, you want to talk to me now. And I think sometimes it's that you just have to prove yourself first to people. You know, and when you prove yourself to people, then that builds trust. And when people trust you, then they believe in you. And with the belief system, anything happens from that point on. So yes, have it hit me, man, every day, man, seriously. But we still have a long road to go, man. This is just the beginning still.
And you know, with Portland, Portland, Oregon has more strip clubs per capita than any other city in the United States. And I was blessed to work with a local magazine in Portland that featured a lot of the models in that particular magazine.
I used to read your articles.
Right on, man. Right on. With this new success that you're getting with Hustler magazine, I could only imagine how many people are going to want you to be their photographer. Are you prepared for all of that, man?
I'm prepared for it. Seriously, man. It's a blessing in disguise for me. I'll take on, and let me just put one thing out there. It's not that I'm just doing these type of photos either. Like true. I don't want people to think I'm just in one category. I mean, I'll do family portraits. I'll do weddings. I'll do children. I'll do pets. I'll do anything when it comes to photography, because as I always use this as an example to people, is that once you learn how to drive an automatic vehicle, you can drive all automatic vehicles. So that's the way I feel, my personal opinion about photography. Once you understand it, the way that you do it, because it's an art form and everybody is an artist in their own way. You see what I'm saying? What you see through the lens is a different vision than what I may see. But the bottom line is that what you see is art to you. And if you feel that way, it's going to be art to others. So with me, I can get on that camera and I can pretty much take almost, I'm not saying I can take any, but almost any type of photography. And it's because I love what I do, man, and I love the creation of it. And it can never, ever, ever, ever be duplicated. Once you snap that shutter button, that's it. That's the only time you ever catch that moment.
Time.
Yeah, it can never be reproduced other than copied.
And you also do, along with your still shots, you do video production. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I did film. To be honest, what some people don't know, filmmaking is more of a passion of mine. I got my certificates for producer and line producer and director back in 1999 in Seattle, Washington. And I never did anything with it because at the time, man, equipment was very expensive. It was not affordable. You know, and then God bless the fact that DSLRs and stuff came out and they gave us the opportunity to start making footage that looked more movie-like. So I decided to start filming a lot, which I was doing before most people knew that I was in photography. And now I developed a small division called Speak Easy Films that I'll start making independent films. I'm already working on the script right now. It's called A Valentine's Weekend. And the really cool thing about it is that it's a partially black and white movie, but with some color tones popping out of it. And it's going to be voiceover. So you remember back in the day when you used to look at films, those old school films, and they used to have voiceover?
Right.
It's going to be that time in this
Like
era.
the old Bruce Lee movie.
In this case, we're not going to show the mouth movie like the Bruce Lee film. That was a funny one, but we're not going to show the mouth movie. But what it will be a female, and she will be describing every moment in the film about her actions, and it's sort of kind of related to a book that's called A Valentine's Weekend by an author by the name of Gerald Mutra.
Okay.
And he wrote a book called A Valentine's Weekend, and you can find that in any Barnes & Noble or online or Amazon.
Okay.
And I'm actually, it's going to be almost like product placement because that book will be put into the story as well.
Wow.
And release date for that is going to be on Valentine's Day, video on demand.
Okay.
So I'm going through Vimeo as my distributor for that.
So you're doing movies, photo shoots, videos. You're doing it all, man. How can people check you out further if they want to see some more of your art, some more of your photographs, some more of your videos? How can they check you out?
Here's I have if you want to look at some of my artwork, because I do landscaping and I do buildings and stuff like that, you can find me on Facebook, and it's facebook.com/speakeasy photography. Photography is spelled as regular photography, PHOTOGRAPHY. Or you can follow me on Facebook, and if you want to learn more about my film work, it's facebook.com/speakeasyfilms. That's plural. Speak, SPEAKEASYFILMS. And if you want to see any of the video work that I've previously done already, you can just go to Lexi Campbell Vimeo page, and her Vimeo page is vimeo.com/Lexi Campbell. And you'll be able to see some of the video work and stuff that I do there. So yeah, man, it's really, it's really, I'm fortunate to be able to have these skills and be able to do these things. But in a sense, I was kind of forced into doing it because I didn't want to depend on other people, to do this stuff for me. And it turned out to be in my best interest.
Saves you a little bit of money too.
Yes, sir. Oh, big time, big time. And like I said, I'm out there. If anybody ever want me to shoot music videos, if they want me to film a wedding or a graduation, or even, especially for models, I'm glad you brought up about the strip clubs in Portland per capita. Mm-hmm. Even for the entertainers out there.
That's one of the reasons I brought it up, because I know that a lot of women that are in that particular field are also aspiring models. They would like to do something besides being dancers. So I know your phone's probably gonna be blowing up, brother.
Yes,
you
sir.
know what I mean?
Yeah, that transformation is coming, man. There's a lot of people, and it's like any other job, man. People get a little tired of the jobs they're in, and they start looking at other avenues to go into.
Right.
And you hear it time and time again. You've been in the industry for many years, and you hear a lot of girls saying, "This is not what I want to do any longer. I want to do other things." You know, granted, not everyone is going to be able to make it successfully in this business, but you know what? There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. There's some out there that I really believe that they could, and I'm just an option.
With this opportunity, that's going to be so inspiring. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Not just for your photography, but also for Lexi Campbell, because there's not a lot of folks in Portland, Oregon that can say, "Hey, I was in Hustler magazine."
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. There's not a lot of photographers in Portland, Oregon that can say.
There's not a lot of black men that we can say that's a photographer that's in them. I'm just being honest with it.
Say that. Yes,
and it is what it is, and I'm not putting anything behind it to say there's anything against hustle or anything like that. I'm just saying in general, I think that's another big key for. Again, I think it's all inspirational. If someone else that's listening to this and heard my story of how we got into the magazine, obviously it took my skills and her talent too. Now, don't get that wrong. I mean, it's always ingredients. But the point is that I'm just saying to anyone, I think that you have the opportunity to step out and do whatever it is that you want to do. We hear this all the time, but it's true. And there's no such thing, in my opinion, as failure. You know, I don't believe anybody can fail. I just believe that they're quitters. So either if you attempt to do anything and it doesn't work out, you didn't fail at it because you attempted.
Right.
You know, you only, if you quote unquote want to use the word failure, I just say you're a quitter if you never even attempted to do it.
Wow.
So that's just how I look at it. So my point is, my point is, get out there and just do it. I guess that's the point I'm saying.
Okay.
If you have a camera and you want to do photography, get out there and do it. If you're a model and you want to start modeling, get out there and just do it. Start meeting with different people out there. You know what? And I give a lot of credit, J-Matt, to a lot of other photographers out there.
Sure.
You know, there's a lot of photographers that got skill sets that I don't have. Again, it's art. People are doing their own thing, and they have their strengths and whatever it is that they do. So I praise them all out there, even other models. And one thing I want to put out there, too, that I think is important, that sets her apart from other models, Lexi Campbell speaking of, is that on her Facebook page, the majority of times people click on like, they like her work, she always responds with a thank you or a smiley face. I've looked at other models and they don't. You know how many models I've complimented? Oh, beautiful photo, and I get nothing back from them. So again, I mean,
having a relationship with your fan base is key to your longevity. Is what I say, because those same fans that might have clicked on your page that day may not ever hear from them again.
Well, I got to throw this out there. Guess what? I'm a fan of hers, and I really
I'm
believe,
a fan too.
Yeah, I believe you should be a fan of your own product as well.
Sure.
I don't see anything, about that being selfish or anything, but I'm definitely a fan of Lexi Campbell. I even told her, and I know it probably sounded a little weird to her, but it's like, man, I look at you and I'm like a fan, even though I know I'm the person.
And she's so down to earth, and that's what's cool too. Having chatted with her, and I've interviewed a few other ladies in my day as far as different productions that I've done. And for her to have this great opportunity in front of her, she's very humble and she's very down to earth and very friendly, on and off camera. So, I wish Lexi Campbell success, and I wish my man Keith Weldon with Speakeasy Entertainment much success and continued success.
Hey, one last thing. I want to thank Dozen Magazine for having us here. And the way we speak of Hustler, the same way I'm going to speak of Dozen Magazine, I feel fortunate to be one of the few right now starting out to be a part of this, because I believe that you guys have the potential and you will do it. Be one of the world leading magazines that's out here online. So with that stated, I think that's huge. You get what I'm trying to say? And then that's just bottom line, is because everyone started from somewhere. You see what I'm saying? I think you guys are coming out the gate running. I love the interviewing. I love the articles. I love the tasteful pictures. I love the whole look. I love the professionalism, because you guys actually came in and did the Blackout Lingerie fashion show, and you stayed out of everyone's way but caught everything. And with that said, I'm just saying, if anyone out there is really looking to get the right exposure or pay for advertisement, whatever it is you're seeking, definitely seek this magazine right here. And I'm not just saying it because you guys give me an interview. I'm just saying it because it's true. It is what it is. And I'm just saying thank you guys.
Thank you, Keith. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Well, stay tuned for more exclusive interviews. I'm J Mac, the host with the most. Dozen Magazine. We'll be back at you shortly. One love.